always follow through with you on trending matters. Well, the National Assembly has passed the consolidated budget of 9.1 trillion naira for the 2018 fiscal year, 6 months after President Muhammadu Buhari laid it before a joint session of the National Assembly. President Buhari had presented a proposed budget of 8.6 trillion naira to the lawmakers. Now, the increment represents more than 10% of the original budget of 8.612 trillion naira submitted by Buhari on November 7, 2017. Now, speaking after its passage, Senate President Bukola Saraki said the passage signaled a new development in the working relationship between the legislature and the executive. He, however, called on the executive to send a supplementary budget to the National Assembly to take care of fuel subsidy payments and argued that the current practice where over 1 trillion naira is spent on payment of fuel subsidy without appropriation is unconstitutional. Well, the earlier Senate Committee Chairman on Appropriation, Danjuma Goje, said the executive was consulted before the budget was jerked up by 508 billion naira and dismissed the public perception that the National Assembly unilaterally jerked up the budget. The Senate also jerked up the crude oil benchmark from its earlier $45 per barrel benchmark to $51 per barrel. Well, that's much we're taking on this, but the news is that the long-awaited, I must say at this point, budget has finally been passed in the month of May. Like you heard earlier, 6 months after the President, Muhammadu Buhari, presented it to the National Assemblies. Well, joining me for this conversation is Mr. Paul Alaji, who is going to join us shortly. All right. But for now, though, let's get to feel your pulse on this piece of information. Let's know what you think of the passage of the budget for 2018. You know how we do right here. The number to call is 080-3322-1149. That is 080-3322-1149. It's X-Ray on Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM. Well, let's see who gets here. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Please turn off your radio.
My name is Muhammad Kabir. I'm calling from Newcastle.
Okay, let's hear you.
Yeah. The National Assembly, they passed the budget and it is long overdue. But nevertheless, in as much as that they should speed it up and so that all the uncompleted projects will be completed and we'll have a better society to live in. Then the other issue of corruption also, that there are some bills there in National Assembly that can also give us an excellent fighting of corruption. Let's also look at them and work on them so that we have an independent corrupt agencies. They do their work excellently. So please, they should work on that because we are following up that there are bills there that in National Assembly that support the fighting of corruption excellently, both home and abroad, in time of recovering of our looted money by the past leaders. So they should do that also. We are waiting. God bless Nigerian and God bless Human Rights Radio. God bless you all. Thank you very much.
All right, Mohammed Kabiri, thank you so much for your call and sharing your thoughts with us on this. Let's get to hear more. 080-3322-1149. Hello?
Hello?
Please turn off your radio. Okay. I had said that earlier to ensure that you always turn off your radio to avoid this. Let's see who gets here. Hello?
Hello? Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to X-Ray. What's your name?
I'm Joshua Okafor.
Okay. Please go ahead.
You say?
Please go ahead with your contribution. I can hear you. Okay. I don't know. Perhaps he could not hear me. 08033 that is 33221149 08033221149. It's X-ray, and we are taking a look at the situation. Senate passing the 2018 appropriation bill, the 2018 budget, that is. So what is your take on this? While we await the arrival of our guest on the program today, let's take your thoughts. Hello? Okay. Hello?
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. What's your name?
Emeka on the line?
Emeka.
Yes.
All right. Please go ahead. Hello?
Hello.
I can hear you. Go ahead with your contribution, Emeka.
Yes. What is the topic that I want to know?
Whoa. Okay,
Yeah,
so
hello.
the 2018 budget has been passed. We want to know what you think of it.
The
budget.
has been passed.
Yes.
But sometimes I wonder, my own contribution is that this May, the year must have almost gone half, while the budget has been passed at the middle of the month, middle of the year. I begin to wonder why the budget should be passed at the middle of the year instead of the beginning of the year, so that the budget can be implemented as quickly as possible to enable the people to enjoy the benefit of those budgets being passed.
Okay.
So I believe the senators are not helping us, and they're not helping. The legislators are not doing their job as it's supposed to be done.
Okay.
In this country, I'm really surprised the way things are being done. It's not fair at all. They should try and speed up the passing of the bill. People are always suffering before they will just pass the bill at the middle. Sometimes they even pass it at the end of the year. What is the essence of the passing of the bill, the budget? So passing the budget at the middle of the year is not encouraging. My advice is to speed up the passage of every budget at the beginning of the year, so that the implementation will take effect immediately, and people will enjoy the benefit of the budget. Thank you. That is all I can say now.
Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us on that. 08033221149. It's X-Ray on Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM, and we're taking a look at the fact that the budget has finally been passed in the month of May, 6 months after it was presented by the president to the lawmakers. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to X-Ray. What's your name?
Yes, from Kochibo.
Did you say Blessing?
Blessing from Kochibo.
Okay. So, what is your contribution? Hello? Okay, I think I lost that call there. Hello?
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome to X-Ray. What's your name?
Adebayo from Airport Road.
Okay, Adebayo. I'm listening to you, please.
Please, I want people to understand that passing the budget will not mean anything. If you can recall, for about 3-5 years now, the implementation is always maybe around 30%. What are we going to do this year to make sure that at least we attain 75% implementation? Then people can celebrate. The National Assembly to speed up their duty by supervising. Don't just pass the bill and sit down. You had a scenario yesterday that I don't know how many billion was used to buy rice and the rest of them for this IDP. But at the end of the day, even the National Assembly were questioning the people that how come that you are the same the person that is contracting the job is the one that is distributing the item. So we are just now in Nigeria, and that's why we remain where we are, or going backward. Let there be new things. Let's do something the way it's supposed to be. For every 10 naira budgeted for a particular project to be spent
for that purpose, then Nigeria will move forward. But all this one that 1 billion will end up in one person's pocket at the expense of the whole masses that are in abject poverty, then where are we going? Please, let the National Assembly, at least the budget should start as early as possible in the year, so that, and they should monitor each and every naira budgeted for a particular project. Then we can celebrate. What is the assurance that now the budget that will not be as usual? What is the assurance? Please, let's be serious, because it's like we are just like a people. Like maybe it's more serious than Nigeria the way we do it.
All right. Okay, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us. Okay, calling on the lawmakers to be more serious about such matters. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to X-Ray. What's your name?
I'm Evangelist Chukwemeka,
Okay. Please go ahead with your contribution.
Vancouver.
Okay.
It's a good one. They finally passed the budget 2018. I wish those in authority were able to hear our complaint. Actually, the bill should be December/January. At the end of January of every month, the budget is supposed to be passed for the good of the people. And just like the other man said, I think Mr. Emeka, he made some point. You are passing bill in the month of May. So it doesn't really make any sense. Before you know it, we're in December already. So half of the money they're supposed to use to work from January to May, where would the money, who will be in charge of that money? Definitely the thing will enter into one or two people's account. But one thing we know is God is watching. So whatever they are doing, they should consider the future and also believe that that's what they call eternity. So whatever we are doing, even the money they are keeping for the children, who knows if the children will be allowed to eat the money? So they should consider the people. And in Nigeria, we are religious. We have Muslims, we have Christians. So we should follow the footsteps of our leaders, our spiritual fathers. Christians should follow Jesus, emulate Jesus. The Muslims should copy Muhammad, all right? So that there will be peace in Nigeria. This tribalism, let it be a thing of the past, something we can do without. If Mr. G did something wrong, we should condemn him, whether it's an Igbo man or Hausa man. I think that's the only way Nigeria can move forward. And secondly, they should keep religion out of politics. Let politics be politics. We know we have good politicians and we have bad ones. It's in every aspect of life. So if there's anyhow this our little contribution can go to National Assembly, it should be a good one. They should consider the people. Okay. Nobody knows tomorrow. And America, London is somebody that developed it. It's human being. Everybody wants to go to London, want to go to Dubai. Look at South Africa here, also in African continent rather.
Okay.
It's developed. So we believe somebody can develop Nigeria. And if you are fighting corruption, we should face corruption. But I know that nobody in Nigeria can fight corruption. It's only when God decides to fight corruption.
Okay.
So thank you for your program.
All right. Thank you for your time as well. We'll take another call. 08033221149. Hello.
Hello, madam. Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to X-Ray. What's your name?
My name is Habila Gaya.
Okay, I'm listening.
I'm calling from Masaka.
Okay.
My question is about this budget of the thing. I want to understand. Budget supposed to take effect from January to December. That's 12 calendar month. Hello?
Yes, I'm listening.
But why is it that the National Assembly, they are delaying the budget? They are just passing the budget half. We are 5 months now into this 2018. They are just passing the budget. I want to ask them, please, they should live up to their responsibility.
They should know what they are doing and do things at the right time, madam.
Okay.
This is what they are doing. People, they don't respect them. If they call somebody to come and appear before them in the National Assembly, they don't come because they don't know their responsibility. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and asking that question. I'm sure our guests will be happy to answer that question for you. Hello? Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to X-Ray. What's your name?
This is Ibrahim calling from Kwankwashi.
Ibrahim.
Yes.
Okay, you're welcome. Please go ahead.
I congratulate the National Assembly for the work done on this budget. But my contribution is this. They should push the output their field.
Sorry, they should do what?
Their disagreement between that is the executive and the legislature.
Okay. Sorry.
But whenever I have a document like this,
Sorry, your connection is really poor. You're breaking up, so I can't really hear everything you're saying. So sorry about that. Perhaps you will call right back. Let me quickly get this one. Hello? Hello? Okay. All right then. So our guest joins us now on X-Ray. Good morning and welcome to you, Mr. Paul Alaje.
Yeah, good morning and thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Mr. Paul Alaje is an economist, and so we want to know, the budget has been passed and you've heard a few of Nigerians expressing themselves on how they see the situation. So should we be excited now?
Yeah, well,
go ahead.
Naturally, economists are not excited or they are not sad at the same time with the budget passage. In fact, budget presentation, we've argued time and again, we don't need the ceremony around it. We don't need the media campaign around the budget passage. And I will say why I've said that, because that has been proven to be correct. What was presented was 8.6 trillion. What is passed is 9.1 trillion. It's important we look at the budget though. We analyze it so that Nigeria will know what is expected of them. I remember I think I was on the platform, but so many other platforms where I mentioned when the executive was presenting the budget in November that it was already late, a time to present it. Why? Because this is the right order, in case people don't know what the right order is. 1st of August or first week of August, that is the accurate time for executive to present the document called MTEF. It should come 1st of August or first week of August latest. So then executive should present budget 1st of September or first week of September. Now that responsibility to consider budget lies with the legislature within 90 days framework, maximum 100 days, September to December, before they go on their annual vacation or they go on recess or whatever and what is called. The executive then takes it, reviews for the remaining days in December. If there is delay, if there is correction, then it may now extend to January. If the executive is satisfied, executive could sign, then the president addressing the nation 1st of January mentions what the budget summaries are. So Nigeria, and not just Nigerians, investors, those who want to bring their funds to Nigeria, who will be taking that decision in December or earlier in January, particularly when they want to draw budget for the organization, can decide. Now that we've passed our budget, countries and organizations that want to take decision as regards, should we buy into the Nigeria economy, should we do that? They will now need to wait till the end of this year when they are drawing their next year budget before they do that. So it's really not good for anybody when you are not working in line with what the world is doing, particularly positive thing that the world is doing. So if we are different for something good, it should have been a welcome development. But what we are different from is not particularly what the whole world is doing. So that said, again, when we don't pass our budget as at when due, it has implication on capital expenditure. Now, capital for 2017 budget, the capital expenditure in a matter of days will be stopped. But guess what? People will still earn their salary. People will still be paid. Now that the 2018 budget has been passed at the National Assembly, yet to be presented to the executive.
Yeah.
Executive will receive it. We don't know whether it will be signed or not. Let us be hopeful that it will be signed by the executive. If it's signed, head or tail, you are looking at end of May or first week of June. You need minimum of 3 months gestation period. What will you be doing? The period of tendering. That is when people will start bidding for the road, start bidding for this. Effectively, nothing may happen regarding capital component of that budget until September or October 2018. But this is supposed to be 2018 budget.
Yeah.
So you see another one rolling over and rolling
the
over
next
and rolling
year.
over. So you see, we are not really prepared to make things, to adjust things. And I think those in authority, I believe they should know better. Why? The executive, some of the decision maker in executive today don't have economic understanding. Nothing is wrong with that.
Okay.
Nothing is wrong with that. Same as legislature. Nothing is also wrong with that. They all have consultants. They have fiscal policy makers. They have people who are savvy with economy.
Because I actually wanted to ask, is this entire thing intentional? The delay?
Well,
And it's year in, year out.
they may not
for many years.
They may not know. They may not know what they are losing.
Well, now you're saying they have people who are
do.
professionals
I will
who should
tell you why
advise
that
them.
contributed to the delay.
Okay.
When executive receives budget from ministry, parastatal and agency, and other part of the executive, those people put them together. Some of them work in the Ministry of Budget and Planning. They try to tabulate, to get the figures together and all of that. You would see when President Buhari presented his first budget in December 2015, some of those things were not properly done. So it was Senate that was saying, you could not even have, because it did not go through the right channel. Perhaps they've not recruited those people at that point in time, because it was a new government who, of course, is just trying to keep his foot. He has people at state level, but national budget is a bit different from the state budget. So when they got that correctly in 2016, they now knew that you need to work with people who are professional in handling this. So they may now work with guys in ministries who receive the document and make it work. Guess what? When the document gets to the legislature, after the paparazzi, after the celebration of the budget presentation, legislature will now hire again other new set of consultants to look at it. Now, what happens in some other places is that legislative appointees or consultants with that of executive come together, they look at the budget once and for all, areas of errors and discrepancies, they trash it out, then they submit to legislature, they explain it to the legislature questions and all of that at the committee level, then it's presented. That way, we'll be saving 4 good months in budget presentation or budget presentation. From presentation level to the time the president assent to it, we'll be saving 4 good months. Right now, nothing will happen on this budget apart from recurrent expenditure. Recurrent expenditure is where you have your salaries, you have paying for buying of fuel, you have all consumables and so on and so forth from the budget. Now, the capital component is about 2 trillion. The question is, this 2 trillion capital component, why are we not seeing it? 2017, 2016, etc., etc. Simple answer. It is not that money is not spent. One, we should know that not 100% of the capital components are spent. We don't completely exhaust capital component.
Okay.
What we have again is that even those that are consumed, what do we buy them on? Motor vehicles, computers. We have few roads going up and there, particularly the component that is borrowed. If you go to Giri, Gwagwaladawe, you are going to see Sukuk. You see road that is being constructed with Sukuk bond. Sukuk bond means we are borrowed from Nigerians using Islamic principles, Islamic policy. Now, in Islam, it is not accepted to collect interest, but you get some returns on your money. You understand? So that is a moral environment where it is allowed that in borrowing environment must be done in certain ways. So but what is important is that we can see what the money borrowed is used for.
Useful.
So that is, apart from that, a few other projects, monies are released, but the project, and for me, is a function of priorities. Apart from function of priorities, function of auditing the budget. And this is why I advise most Nigerians to go online, go to budget office website, download 2018 budget, you can download 2017 budget, and you now see the breakdown, the last thing, up to spoons, things we are buying, you can see them, and you now ask, for this ministry or for this agency, for this hospital, how will this impact? How many jobs will be created if we have this consumption pattern? How many jobs? Because most of the things in the budget are mere templates. And it's not this government alone, previous governments.
True.
Why? It is not the government that will prepare budgets. Government, we have agencies to prepare that. But what will be in the budget will be what people, what staff, agencies, parastatals are putting in, have submitted that they want to have in those budgets. But when you go back and see what amount of development or what amount of change have you seen in the ministry, agency, and parastatal? For instance, somebody requesting for software, and it has been a recurring index for software. The question is, are you upgrading the software? Why is it that the price of your software is the same? Even though Naira to dollar has changed, their price is still the same. So you now wonder, are people truly looking at the budget, or is just a ritual that we must
for instance, now the 2017, to what extent has it been implemented as we speak?
Yeah, well, recorded expenditure, almost all. Then capital expenditure has been said that money has been released for about 70%. Now, money release is different from implementation, because when money release has even reached the contractor, it's a different ballgame. We have a fantastic document, due process, that wants to actually reduce level of corruption or make us have no corruption, but it's coming because of people that are running it, is actually making things to get really very slow. Due process could also be automated, rather than saying everybody can bid online. I can see, and the day they are going to reveal what everybody is bidded, everybody sees it. So we have saved time calling people to a location. If, for instance, to fight corruption in construction and contract and all of that, if there are 5 companies in Nigeria, A, B, C, D, E, with openness and transparency, using technology, we can all know if E is the only one that have been getting jobs from all state and federal government. But you see, when it is envelopes closed and you are only opening it, and this ministry did, the other ministry is going to do as next week, the other ministry, but when everything is available online, I can assess how much has Nigerians spent. There is no big deal. You've told me how much you want to spend, which ministry get how much is in the document, but you know the truth, most Nigerians don't read. Most Nigerians, even though I've mentioned where they can
Have we not changed?
Most Nigerians will not get the information. You can put a bet to it and say, anybody that I've read in the next 1 month, you will call back. And what does it say? Page something. Do you have it there? Most Nigerians don't. And to be fair on Nigerians, we have a lot of worries. We have a lot of things to bother about. I don't know how many people that are listening to us using electricity right now. Maybe it's Gen. I don't even know if the station is on generator. I don't know how many people are thinking or bothered about how they will pay their children's school fees, even if they are in school at all. So we have a lot of worries. And I could only say that budget should be considered, and when I say I have issues with budget, it's not that I have issues with this budget alone. Over the years, yeah. Budget should be targeting development. Before now, our budgets were based on development plan, which is another discussion entirely. But recently, our budget is based on MTEF. MTEF is their medium-term document, 3 years. And you know what? MTEF you have last year will be changed, will be altered to suit you for your convenience this year. Then you can also, we had 2017 to 2019, now we have 2018 to 2020, you are going to have 2019 to 2021, you just have it, rolling document.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
so why
have
the
development
change?
plan.
Yeah.
Because you have not achieved what you have said you will achieve. You've not achieved it. But when you have economic or you have general development plan, you are looking at how you develop, you create industrial zones in different geopolitical zones. Because geopolitical zone is nonsense if they cannot sustain themselves. And you know why it's nonsense? Already some states are said to be bankrupt unofficially. Because we have not accepted, we have not agreed to make it. If you look at the debt profile of different states, go to debt office, dmo.gov.ng. I'm saying this so that Nigerians can go online and check debt profile of states. There are states owing 900% plus of their gross revenue.
Wow.
The revenue they make from federal government, which most of the time they've not worked for, and revenue they get from their state, they are owing 900% plus. If it were a business, will the businesses survive? That's the question, exactly the question. Will they survive? So if you have development plan, and the plan, you say in the next 10 years, I want to turn Sambisa Forest to a game reserve. In the next 10 years, I want everybody that needs anything leather to come to Arkila in Sokoto to come and pick it up. That will be the hub. In the next 10 years, I want Kano to be the commercial nerve of the West Africa. In the next 10 years.
But that would have been difficult because over the years, Nigeria, when we're talking about governance, Nigerians have not really seen that as a with continuity in mind. So who would come and support, a dream, that a particular administration had?
It doesn't have to be.
Conclusion.
Countries don't develop because one person have dream. It is because everybody buy into the dream. I get your point very clearly. Before now, Nigeria had development plan, 1962. It has always been there, how to make it 1945. But 1952, when military came on board, they used for some time. Later, it was truncated. We have up to the mid-80s development plans. What has happened to the development plans now? We've been told by some international organizations that, oh no, what you need now is a rolling plan. You need a medium-term and a strategy. That is what you need. You really don't need a development plan anymore, which is not correct. So many countries, including Brazil, including countries that want to develop, countries that are developing, they have always at all time used development plan. And what is the benefit of development? You said global target for yourself. Dubai wanted to be one of the top 10 countries in terms of education. Let me give you an instance. The northern Nigeria has 30 million out of school children, the largest in the world. The northern Nigeria.
Wow.
So if northern Nigeria were to be a country, is the largest in the world in terms of out of school children. Does Islamic say people should not go to school? I beg to disagree. Dubai, predominantly Islamic state, over 90% Islam. Is one of the top 10 in terms of literacy. Literacy quantifying in English, and that's in a global language, English, and also in Islamic language. So people not only know Quran, glorious Quran, they know it well, they know what the Holy Prophet have said, they also understand what the business community and the global community is saying. So they balanced it. One of the top 10, look at the Christians. Israel is also among the top 10. So who are we really copying? For me, most of the religions we do in Nigeria or perhaps in Africa are high service. We had our own to it. We had something in it.
Okay, we will run out of time very shortly, but I know the average Nigerian wants the budget to matter to him, to make a difference, to mean something. So would you say the December or December/January, budgeting plan would be the answer to that? Or what else can be done to ensure that at least when budgets, is passed at the right time, everybody really gets to benefit from it?
Yeah, it's one of it, but more importantly is making our capital expenditure far more than recurrent expenditure. One, what we budget for is too low. It's even too low for 25% of our entire population. Our budget is too low. And why is it low? Because our people don't earn enough. If people don't earn enough, government will not earn enough, because government has to depend on the people, particularly those that are paying taxes. So you're going to depend on them. So what do we do to make people earn enough? The answer is, if there must be consumption. If there must be consumption. You look beautiful. The powder you use this morning is produced by someone. Your headphone is produced by someone. Your clothes by someone. Your lipstick, everything, your earring produced by someone. That person that is producing it is earning money from you, directly or indirectly. Guess what? The government of the person or persons that produce will also get richer through you. Why? They will collect part proportion of the money you have paid the person. That is how countries develop. Consider what is it that we consume the most. We create environment for it to thrive for our people. Then we can become a great nation. Then we can earn more from people. Our people can be in jobs. Nigeria generates hundreds of millions of jobs. I will say it again. Nigeria generates at least 300 millions of jobs. That is more than our population we generate. Why? Because we consume what can sustain 300 million in jobs. Unfortunately, most of the jobs are not here in Nigeria because of environment. Ease of doing business in Nigeria is 145. Rwanda is 41. Ease of doing business. It's not your population, wow. It's about the policy environment and the atmosphere to do business. Botswana is one of the best countries to do business in Nigeria. South Africa is better than Nigeria. Ghana is better than Nigeria. Rwanda is better than Nigeria when it comes to ease of doing business. South Africa has large population, same as Rwanda is the largest in East Africa. Nigeria is the largest in West Africa. We have smaller countries like Rwanda and Ghana. They are all better than Nigeria. We need to jettison some of our belief systems. We need to understand that for a country to work, what makes country work? Countries drive from demand to supply. What does Nigeria consume? Who produces fuel that we generate, that nature has given to us? Who make it for us? Can we turn? It's not going to be easy. It's not something that you get there, you do tomorrow. It's not going to be easy. But for you to make it work, you have to be tougher than the challenges. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and I wish we had more time so we can talk some more with you, but it's been really interesting. Thanks for being here, Mr. Paul Alaje, an economist, and for giving us this much insight about budgeting system. Hopefully we'll have you another time with more time to discuss.
Thank you so very much for having me.
And thanks to those who were able to call in earlier and those who listened in patiently. Thank you. The 10 o'clock hour will be time for Pro Bono Chambers. My name is Ruth. Do stay with us.
Making the world a better place every day. Human Rights Radio 101.1, redefining broadcasting.